It
Hey,
theoretically
hey, hello.
should be on.
How is everybody? Welcome, welcome. Happy, what is it? Monday night. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're doing good. If you're here, hop on, say hello, let us know you're there. Some of my tea.
Oh, I've got to do a.
Try to pull up the live on my
There's
screen.
Patty.
Hey, Patty, welcome. Okay, and I'm going to
Turn that down,
I'm
baby.
going to turn this down. Hello. I'm going to try and share this.
There we go. Okay, Liana's on there, and Patty is on there, and thanks for the Christmas card. Hey, I'll have you know, I bought the stamps. We couldn't find any holiday
Oh.
ones, but she sends me to the post office and said, "Find me some holiday stamps." I go in there. The guy looks at me like I have three eyeballs, and he says, "We don't have any holiday stamps." I said, "Okay, well, what do you got?" He showed me those. I thought those looked pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. I'm trying to share this.
wasn't that exciting?
It's not wanting me to. Wait a minute. Where am I searching? I'll be right there.
Cheryl says hello, and thank you for the card.
Okay,
Glad you
sharing
guys
our
are getting it.
video. And now let's get back to it so maybe I can see comments.
Alana's here. Nice to be seen, Alana.
Hi, Alana. Hi, Cheryl. Hey,
So some of you guys
Patty.
saw the post I put on last night, but I think there's only people that I'm already friends with. So did any of you see the post that I reposted today about last night?
I really wasn't mad. I was just kind of surprised.
Yeah,
He usually never does that.
exactly.
That tea is hot. Okay.
Speaking of hot, what are you making tonight?
We are making melted ornaments. Come on. I don't know why that's not working for me. Nothing's working here. Let's try
Okay,
to
so Patty says she saw it, and she's.
Okay, right.
Leon said she saw it 30 minutes ago.
There you
go. Wow.
Yeah, and he usually never does. And he just all of a sudden came and told me, guess what we're doing? Okay. We did have a good time. And I was glad we did it, but I missed you guys. Okay, so here's your marching orders. Love our page, follow our page, sprinkle our page. We would really appreciate it. That helps our business. And if you are not already getting live notifications, here is how you can sign up for free notifications to your phone from us about 15 minutes before we go live. Text the word live to 208-425-1960, and we'll get you signed up on that service. Again, it's absolutely free. And this is what we're going to make. These are little plastic designs, and they could be used for ornaments hanging from your tree, or they could be gift tags, or you could use them as earrings or a necklace, whatever floats your boat. But anyway, these are really cute, but you'll never guess how we make these. Has anybody made these before? Notice he didn't read my comment. Oh, never make plans without the boss's approval. And he always says that. Well, I'll have to check with the boss. Sprinkle our page means to S-H-A-R-E. I'm not supposed to say that word. Facebook does not like it when I tell you to do that for whatever reason. So sprinkle means to S-H-A-R-E. If you don't know how to do that, at the bottom of if you're on your phone at the bottom or on the computer, there's a little button with an arrow and it says S-H-A-R-E, and you can push that arrow and it'll give you some options of where you might want to send that video out to on your page. Anyway, anyone made these before? Okay, so Liana hasn't made them, but she's seen them made before. Cheryl says no. Okay, so you would think, oh, we've got to get some plastic discs. No, this is what we get. We get plastic cups. Cheap plastic cups.
We tried it with not cheap.
We tried it with the Solo brand and it didn't work. They're too sturdy. So I went to Dollar Tree and I got their cheap plastic cups. These happen to be 9 ounce. I saw someone on, it's either TikTok or YouTube, and I think she does them with 12 ounce size, but they had 9 ounce at Dollar Tree, and we practiced with them, and they worked. Okay, so you need a cheap plastic cup, and you need either some Sharpie pens in all different, whatever colors you want. And these are the fine point, these are the ultra fine, which kind of too small for what we're doing. Or I also discovered you can use alcohol markers. I don't know, these you might be able to find these cheaper than Sharpies, but you might already have Sharpies. But these are alcohol ink markers, and they worked pretty well too. So I've got, do you have a free hand? Do you want to design?
No, I
No?
really not.
Okay, you're not going to. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one and I'm going to, I think I'm going to use the
You
alcohol
have my
markers.
design up there.
I do.
Right?
I do. This one was yours. Tell us how you did this.
I used a Sharpie, a red Sharpie, and a green Sharpie, and a gold Sharpie. How did I do it?
Really? What, I mean, okay, so the top,
I made a swirl
the
on the
top
side.
the top part was the, I don't know if you can, if
Oh,
can
you want to
see
go
it.
over?
I don't know. I don't know if they can
Let
see
me
it
go
better.
over. There you go.
Okay, so the top part of the cup was this little round part where that gold circle is. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the sides, did you go straight down or did you curve?
I curved them.
Okay.
I tried it.
So then with his marker, he curved.
And it's a lot harder than it
He
looks.
curved down there, but it's kind of forgiving. I mean, it's not exactly fine art.
And the
But
other-
super cute with kids, or I think my children, my grown children, might enjoy playing around with
Let's
these.
see if Tiffany wants to do it.
So I'm going to, let's see, let's do some purple. Well, let's do a couple of colors. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some polka dots, because that'll be easy. Okay, so just with my marker.
The nice part about the alcohol markers and the Sharpies, they have different colors.
Yes.
So that their purple is a different purple, depending on what you buy, of course. But you'll find a different color set in the Sharpies. You'll see more primary colors in the Sharpies, and you'll see more artistic colors in the alcohol pens. At least that's what I saw.
It just depends on what kit you get. Okay.
Liana said she's thinking about having her grown kids do
I think it
some.
would be fun. It's. I mean, you could, and these are double sided. This has a fine point, and this has a fatter point.
It's good.
Well, it looks kind of more red, but that's okay. And one thing I've found is they don't melt completely round. They kind of melt oval, which is okay. I don't know if a different brand of cup would melt differently, but again, we tried Solo cups and they just didn't melt all the way. It's like at some point it stopped melting and it didn't go flat. And let's try some yellow. Doesn't show up too much here, but we'll see when it melts, if it does.
When I was doing mine, I was trying to make it look like a peppermint candy.
Peppermint candy.
But it's harder than it seems to make even swirls on each side. In fact, I wanted 5 on there because right now it makes me think of a swastika. I just don't like that. But it's just one of those things. I wanted to put 5 on there, but I felt like I ran out of space on it. You guys can see that in it. But
So it reminds me of if you ever watched Star Trek and they would play like 3-dimensional chess or checkers. It would be on all different levels. It's kind of like that. You kind of have to look down at it and picture it melting. I don't know if that has anything to do with 3D checkers. Did I just
checkers.
Did I just nerd myself out?
Your brother used to watch Star Trek. That's what happened. And you
Yeah.
just sat in and watched.
Okay. And let's see. How about do I have a different color? Don't have any orange there. I'm going to use some orange from my Sharpie.
What's on the far end? Oh, that's red.
Kind of looks a little red too, but we'll see when it melts. Okay, so polka dotty. Okay, so that's what I have.
I wish Ken was watching. I think it's something Ken might try at home.
Well, you can watch the replay. Okay, I'm going to set these aside. Now, there's a couple of ways to melt these down. And the way I've seen on TikTok and YouTube, whichever
Hey,
one I
there's
saw.
Tiffany. Tiffany, look what we're doing here, because we were thinking about you guys doing this when you get up there.
Okay, what I've seen on TikTok and YouTube is you put them in your oven on broil, screaming hot, like 550, and within about 30 seconds, they are completely melted flat. Was that video again?
I can get the video up, but I'm gonna have to shift some stuff around
Okay,
here.
so, but we thought, well, let's try it with the heat gun, because it gets hot and you can put it up top. So we did it with a heat gun and it worked. Okay. Are you doing something or should I go ahead with this?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna shift the view. Go ahead and start. I'm gonna shift the view so we can show you a video of her putting it in the oven. But I have to do some maintenance here in the
Now,
background.
did you do this on low or high when you did
I
it?
put it on high.
Put it on high and you held it up about, what, 6 inches?
I just moved it all around.
Moved it
so it
around?
kept moving.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've got it on a metal tray because this gets hot, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. Okay, here goes.
Okay.
Here goes.
I'm gonna go. Go.
I'm gonna go, or you?
No,
gonna-
you go.
Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. It'll take a minute to get up to heat.
Takes it a second to get there. I'll go this way to begin with.
We're blowing it around.
You can see it turn lighter white as it warms up. Burn yourself.
Blowing it around.
Curling up on this side.
Yeah, it's pretty throwing up, but it kind of straightens
It'll
itself
come.
out. I hope you can see that. And then at the end, it does this curl up thing. That's okay. You turn it off, and then you take something and you kind of unroll it.
Now, it tends to only do this when we're using the heat gun to do this.
It's not. And if I can't get it fast enough, I can take the heat gun
And reheat.
and kind of melt it. Flatten it out. Again, you don't want to burn yourself. And then I take a glass that has a flat bottom and just kind of flatten it down there. And you don't have to do that as much with the oven. Warm that up just a little bit more.
I'm going to do some changing, so don't freak out on what you see on the video. I'm going to change this around and see if I can change it to where we can show you the screen share.
I'm kind of rolled up on it. That's okay.
Wrong one.
And I'm gonna hit this side. Soften that up to release. And then I'm going to take my flat glass and kind of push it down. So this one's kind of a little wonky.
It's working, but it's not working well.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it upside down and I'm going to try melting it from this way.
All right, they'll be able to see that in a moment. Let me go back to where you can see what you're doing.
Okay. So, not perfect, and you can kind of see when I made round circles, when it melts, it kind of turned them into oblong. So, but cute, right? Kind of cute. So
let me show it to him in the video.
Okay, so he's going to show you just the picture through my oven, and I can't clean that glass because it's on the inside. So don't see it. Don't judge me.
Don't be picking your nose because you're still down here in the bottom corner. All right. So here's the
one he
here's
did.
mine.
Again, all that stuff is on the inside between two pieces of glass. I can't clean it.
There went Duke.
And this is real time.
It's not sped up.
And it just kind of falls in on itself.
But you had to have that preheated, right? I
Yes,
mean, the oven
it was preheated.
for
It
quite
was
a while.
hot. It was hot. When I put it in, it was on broil hot. And it kind of stays like that for a second, and you wait, and then it folds in on itself, and then it kind of rolls up the edges. And at that point, you want to pull it out and flatten it with a glass. See, there it goes. Fascinating process. Reminds me of sprinkles. Sprinkles. Oh, the shapes. Yeah, it kind of does.
Okay, I think you're pulling it out there. Okay.
Okay, so that was in the oven on broil. Probably worked better than this. It kind of had a little more even heat, and you could kind of see I was kind of chasing this around on the board. But this works. Okay, so I've got a couple others. I've got this one that I was hoping would kind of make a snowflake. So we'll see. Kind of envisioned as it goes down that those little arms will spread out and kind of look like a snowflake. So we shall see. Can you see how I did that? Okay. And this time I'm gonna get this to kind of hold it. I'm going to back up here. Okay, so attempt number 2 to make snowflake. Starting to pull out. And I see I'm needing to keep it like an inch and a half. And then it starts to roll. And I don't want to touch it, but I want to unroll it. Right there. Take it out of there.
Almost, I hate to say it, but it almost looks like a soccer ball. That's not a bad thing either.
Okay. Well, that doesn't want to lay flat.
You do have the Star of David on top. That works.
There you go.
So you need a menorah around it. Everything's good for Hanukkah.
So this is just kind of flattening it out.
Yeah, Betty said, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
Hot,
Careful, hon, that's hot.
hot. So,
Don't burn yourself.
kind of
I
fold
just
it
want to
over.
be helpful, so, you know.
Yeah. Kind of fold it over. Let me see if I can heat it and undo it. No, I think it's stuck. Oh well.
You know, I wonder
Put it in.
if you had the glass going on as you were heating it.
Maybe. And I wouldn't want to break the glass.
Right. Pyrex bowl. Do they have that bottom?
Anyway, okay, so if you wanted to do a soccer ball, I guess if you would really have to, you'd really have to angle down those little things. Anyway, but you might have somebody who loves soccer.
There you go.
Cute?
Now you know how to make
Okay.
a soccer ball.
Okay. And then I did one other. This is checkerboard with it's actually not gold, it's bronze and red. So we shall see what that looks like.
Tiffany, are you still on there? Would you want to do this when you come up here?
Hold this so it doesn't fly around.
We're going to see Tiffany on Friday. At least that's the plan right now. Looking forward to it. Let me go back to the front on this one.
This started earlier,
Hey,
maybe.
buddy. How's Big Duke?
Anyway, try it in your oven. Came out a little flatter.
In the oven.
In the oven.
It seemed to be more even heat, especially after the oven had warmed up. It made it better. Doesn't curl as much. Maybe the pan went in at the same time, so I'm wondering if the pan being hot might help too. I forgot you did that. You turned it over. What do you want, buddy?
Okay.
Christina says it's so entertaining. She loves it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody's gonna want to make one of these.
Tiffany says we gotta melt stuff.
She just wants to. What else can we melt? So kind of pretty. Woo! Kind of pretty. So I can see these as ornaments. So I could grab my.
I'm gonna go over the top on that one.
Okay. So I could grab my. This is my crocodile, and I could punch a hole in there. Super easy because it's just plastic. I could take my soccer ball.
Probably do that with hand punch.
Yeah.
You need a big old crocodile.
Prop
Now,
the
what
doll.
can you do with those things? I mean, there's so many things you could do with them. you
Oh,
know?
and here's, I don't know if you saw this one. He had written Happy New Year. So I guess around the rim of the cup, you had just
Yeah,
written
I just took
Happy
that.
New Year.
But you notice how small it is, so
Yeah, so it probably
it
filled
needs to
up
be
this
really
whole
big and
section.
bold. Yeah,
But anyway,
it's sort of like drawing on a balloon. You know, you draw on it when it's blown up, you let it out, it shrinks down small. That's the same thing that's going to happen on this.
so you could hang these on the tree. So you could get some ribbon or some twine.
You know, you could chalk something on it after
You
it
could.
was
It's
down. Because it flattens out.
it's not super flat, but I think it's flat enough that you could chalk something on it. I'm not going to tonight. This is
like
kind of
an
a-
initial or something like that. That
or
would work.
or a design. You've got all those minis that have all the Christmas. So
Patty said she could see the grandkids flying around like frisbees. Yeah.
true. And you could use your Sharpie and you could write on the back or on the front. And you could use these as gift tags. That would be cute too. So we could take, let's take this one, and I'm going to string it with some curling ribbon. There's the end. This stuff is so old, this red is really pink.
That's because we use so much of it.
It's because it's been in a box for several years. Come on, let go.
Patty says, my notifications didn't let you know you were online.
Oh, really?
Just said my crafters aren't live tonight. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that.
Okay. So let's make one of these into a gift tag. So Tiffy, you might see some of these on your presents when you get up here.
Wait, Tiffany's getting presents?
Maybe.
Santa shows up, maybe.
Okay. So I'm just gonna feed that in there. You could tie this onto your present. Use your little scissors and curl them up. So cute. That didn't. So, cute little gift tag, ornament, you name it. You could use them as coasters. That's a good idea, coasters. You have to get them pretty flat though. But, again, probably the best method is in the oven, on broil. Don't walk away. Watch it. Hopefully you have an oven that has a glass door. Otherwise, you need to be peeking
Pretty consistent.
pretty
In
consistently.
fact, the videos I've seen online, a lot of them just left the door
You probably
crack.
could just leave the door open.
With the broil hot like that, it should
yeah.
be fine.
I mean, keep it shut while it's heating up. But cute little gift tag. And you could take your Sharpie and you could say to
Patty says
Bill.
her oldest daughter's middle name is Tiffany. Well, my oldest daughter-in-law's name is Tiffany. Right?
Okay, so to Bill from Santa. So cute little gift tag. Or again, you could use it as a coaster.
What you just did, does that Sharpie show through the other side?
Yep, a little bit.
Okay.
But still, you could use the tiny Sharpie.
Sure.
It probably wouldn't, at least
On
not as
Right.
much on this. Now, I have also seen this kind of has a whitish, cloudy plastic. But the other ones that I did on the solo cups, they were the clear plastic, and they still melted down white. So I don't think you would get clear. I think the plastic is going to turn white when you heat it and melt it.
Plastic bottle, water bottle.
Yeah.
different.
So that doesn't so much matter. So that was just a fun little thing we had seen on TikTok. We thought we would play around with it here, try a couple of designs, show you that it can be done with a heat gun. You might be able to get them flatter if you had a second person who kind of, one could hold the heat gun and one could kind of, from a distance, peel it out. But the key I found is kind of getting it flat, because I think the rim doesn't expand as much. Maybe if you maybe if you snipped.
I was going to say, let's try it real quick.
Okay.
Take
We
that
won't
out.
decorate it, but
Just slip one off and let's see if it.
we'll try.
I bet you it's
snipping.
going to curl, but it probably won't. I don't know if it'll curl as bad.
I don't know, we'll try. Okay, so we're just gonna try. We didn't want to snip that much.
I think that's part of what we do here is say,
Experiment.
guys, sometimes it works.
So
Sometimes
it might not be smooth though,
depends on how well you cut it.
or maybe I could completely cut that off.
That's what I was going to do. Watch out, dude.
Okay, well,
You go ahead and do that one. Let's see what happens on that
you
one.
cut that one off.
I use real
Okay,
tools.
this one I just kind of snipped every inch or so. Just
Go ahead and start with that one, and I'll see if I can get this one done. Well, this stuff is too brittle.
you want a X-Acto knife?
I always use an X-Acto knife. See, it's curling up already that way. So that doesn't seem to help.
Alright. Once it pulls over on itself, it wants to stick. I got that one.
And this stuff is quite brittle, but
I think it kind of gives up easier. Whatever. That was not the solution.
she just whatever's me.
That was not the solution.
She just whatever's me. I can't believe it. Well, we're learning as we go.
Anyway,
Christina said
that
she
didn't do it.
has
Let's try this one.
2-ounce plastic cups.
Oh, would that work? Have you tried that?
They would be small. That'd be
Try
an
it.
interesting thing.
Try it and let us know.
Send a photo so we can see. Your little pose there, hon.
Well, it's gonna have a hole in the.
You're doing a fine job on that one. I'm impressed. I am just impressed.
Now we're just burning things.
See, Tiffany would be happy
Yeah.
with that. Right, Tiff? Got to burn stuff.
And I don't know if that was the heat gun or anyway, but you could just kind of.
It's an
make a
interesting
little,
idea,
You
too.
could just hang little
What
otter
if you were
things.
what if you were to turn it upside down with them and heat it from the inside out? So you're that way. It's probably going to do the same. Go ahead. Hey, it's cheap cup. What do we care? Christina asked what it would do with this.
I don't know.
We're going to find out, Christine. Christina. That's interesting.
It still fell over.
But did it curl?
That might do it. I just have one little section that curled over on itself.
See, this is great. We got
Smells like
new
melted
ideas happening here.
No.
You know, from here, did it go oval that time?
Not as much.
You know what? Christina, you might just hit on something for us here. This is good. I don't know which one Alana's talking about. She says that one looks cool, and then she has laughing eyeballs.
This one's probably this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so doing it with the cup up, the opening up, actually went a lot smoother. You'd still have to try to catch that corner. But that actually went a lot smoother, and I was able to catch it faster with my glass. So a couple of things to try. And if you try it, we want you to send us pictures so we can see how it worked out for you.
Black top.
Something that it's probably pretty much attached. I think once it gets hot and then it cools, you can't get it off.
You know, we're going to have to try this more often. I mean,
Okay.
in the oven, we're going to try it the other way.
So we may be doing this on Christmas Eve with our kids. So sounds like fun. Anyway, that was our fun craft. If you want any information about chalking, just type info in the comments or type.
Ken, what are we going to do with you?
Did
Pay
you just
attention to
get
your
here?
timer.
You could have used this for wrapping gifts. We made lovely ornaments. That's kind of a fortune cookie ornament.
Actually, put your ornaments back up
Okay.
there.
So here
So,
it is.
Ken, this is something you could actually do, Ken. I mean, where you might use something like this. You and your daughter might have fun doing this. So go back and
Snowflake, not a soccer ball.
Go back and watch the replay on this one, Ken, because I was wondering where you were earlier. Because I think this is something that you guys would have fun doing at your house, and it's cheap.
This one is really cool because it's got little teeny tiny lines, because in the cup there are these little ridges. I think I got my the heat gun too close because it's got a little boo-boo on there. But I just took a little tiny line on each one of those little lines, and you can see these really fine lines on that one. Okay. Anyway, Ken, what we did is we colored with Sharpies or alcohol markers these cups, and then we some of these we put in the oven on broil and to melt the cup, and some of them we did with the heat gun. And we kind of discovered that if you melt it this way, with the opening up, it kind of melted flatter. Okay? But most of these were done bottom up. So that was it. Something fun, something silly. You could use them for, like I said, you could use them for gift tags, for ornaments, for coasters, for frisbees. You could do X's and O's and use them for tic-tac-toe, a big tic-tac-toe board or something. But cute thing. Again, use the cheap dollar store cups. It did not work with I mean, you can try it, but we tried them with the solo cups, the better quality, and they just wouldn't completely melt. Anyway, cheap cups, markers, heat gun, or a broiler, and this is what we made. So thanks for joining us, and I think we'll be on again tomorrow. Not sure what we're doing, but come and see if you want to. Again, if you want to get signups for our text notifications. Did someone say they didn't go out though? Did somebody say they didn't get text notifications?
She said that her notification. I'll back up there and see what I can find.
Okay, because mine came.
Patty said that I'm so upset my notifications didn't let me know you were live. They just said my crackers aren't live tonight.
Oh, Facebook notifications? Maybe Facebook. Are you on our text messaging? Because sometimes I will tell you, sometimes our text thing, it doesn't work, late, or it sends it out 5 hours late. We don't really have much control over that, but anyway, if you're not already signed up for our notifications, please do. And I know sometimes Facebook has their own notifications. They don't give you much notice. Well, they don't know that we're about to go on. They only know once we have gone. And they're not always real consistent with their notifications. But okay. So here we go. Here's our little ornaments. And thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing. All that good stuff. We love you guys. Sorry we weren't there. And Grandpa too. Wow. They're having a competition. A grandparent competition. We can't play.
I have grand students.
We have grand students. Well, you have grand students. I probably do, but we have grand dogs. But anyway, I think that's it. I got one text the day after it was sent. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so if you want to join Patty, it's free. If you ever want out, just text the same number and say, take me off. But text live to 208-425-1960, and we'll send you a notification about 15 minutes before we go on. So thanks again. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Sorry we missed last night, but we had a good time with friends, and we got to drive in the snow. It was fun. Anyway, good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.